Hey nerds, and welcome to CW's Flash, Theories and Conspiracies. I'm Brian from Good Nerd Bad Nerd. So this week on Flash we had the Turtle, but beyond that we actually had a kind of a tour of a lot of different cities that are in the Flash and Arrow universe. And all these are places that come from the comics. So before we get into the Turtle, I thought it would be great to just kind of run through these real quick, the ones that were mentioned in this episode, because there was a lot. So first, we had Keystone City. Wally mentions that nobody in Keystone will race him anymore because they're tired of him taking their money. Well, Keystone City in the comics is actually where Wally West is from, and so, that was an easy thing for them to do, to just continue using that as his home. So that's Keystone City. Next, we had Midway City. Patty gets her acceptance letter from Midway University, and that's where she plans on going for that advanced forensics study. And Midway University obviously is in Midway City, and this is the home of the Silver Age Hawkman and Hawkgirl. So another nice tie-in there. We know that Hawkgirl said that she's going off with this team to go, she's not a part of the team yet, but she's going off to find her own way, her own path. It's possible that she'll be in Midway City when she is tagged to join the Legends. Then the last place that's mentioned is Markovia. Now, this is where this was in regards to that painting that was stolen, the crystal ball painting. But Markovia has actually come up already in the Arrow Flash universe. In Arrow, the Suicide Squad went to Markovia on a mission. So if you're watching Arrow, you may be familiar with that country already. So those are just a few of the locations that were mentioned in this episode, but do play a role in the bigger DC Comics universe. Now, the Turtle, that was this week's episode. That was the villain this week. And the Turtle has a long history with Flash. There's been multiple Turtles, like every villain in Hero who, has got, there's lineage with the name. And so the first Turtle was actually a villain of Jay Garrick in the 1940s. He didn't have any weapons, he didn't have any superpowers, but he was a meticulous and slow planner. He planned out every detail, and he took his time, and that's why he, either came up with the name Turtle or was given the name Turtle. But he had a protege. Someone took up the name after he disappeared, and this guy was Turtleman, but would often go by the Turtle. And he was a scientific genius, and he developed technology that would slow down speedsters. It would sap their speed force, their speed power, really like what we saw in the show, although he was a metahuman, not a tech whiz. So the way the powers were used there are very similar to how he was using them in the comics, but in the comics he devised and built machines to do that for him. Later on, the original Turtle came back and they worked together. And then Turtleman later on was actually, sought out by other villains for his tech genius. So he really is a great character. And Turtleman, the second one, is actually the first rogue that Barry Allen ever fought. So that, he's got some nice history there with Barry in the Flash. So that was great. Last little thing, Nadell Library, where the Turtle's hiding. Nadell is the last name of one of the creators of the Turtle. So that's a nice shout out to the creator getting recognized with his creation. So what did you guys think of this episode? There wasn't much. There was the relationship stuff with Patty and Barry. Most likely going to come to a head next week. We've got Wally and Joe starting to build that bridge. What did you guys think of this episode? And are you ready for Legends of Tomorrow this week? Let me know what you guys think in the comments. But until next week, this has been Brian from Good Nerd Bad Nerd, and this has been CW's Flash, Theories and Conspiracies.